Welcome back to DBL. The disappearance of Jennifer Kesse has captivated the country for the past decade. She vanished from her Florida home, and the one clue left behind has investigators baffled. Now, 13 years later, where does this notorious case stand? We're taking a look in DBL's True Crime Chronicles.
Jennifer Kesse had a contagious spirit.
Her hugs, she gave the best hugs.
That young girl grew up to become a successful 24-year-old, working as a finance manager in Central Florida. But on January 24th, 2006, Jennifer never showed up for work.
For the first time since she was 15 years old, and we gave her her phone when she got her car, she didn't pick the phone up, and it didn't go 4 rings to voicemail. It went directly to voicemail. And we knew that second
that something was wrong.
Drew and his wife Joyce rushed to Jennifer's condo in Orlando. A wet shower and clothes folded on the bed left subtle clues she had been home earlier. But Jennifer and her car were nowhere to be found.
I'm going to divide everybody up into 3 groups.
Police and the community desperately searched.
We've been looking for this young lady. You see anybody looking like that?
2 days later, Jennifer's car, a black Chevy Malibu, was spotted at a nearby apartment complex. Luckily, a surveillance camera caught a glimpse.
Someone sat in it for 32 seconds, presumably wiped it down from what we know of what we took from the car now, and walked away and never looked back.
The camera flashed every 3 seconds. Unbelievably, the suspect's face was blocked in every single photo.
Luckiest person in the world, if you ask me.
Police even enlisted NASA's help to enhance the grainy image, but no luck.
Do I think we'd ever be here a year later? Absolutely not.
But now, 13 years later, the Kesse family is still living this nightmare.
Every day is Groundhog Day because it's the same day. The same day.
Call it a mother's intuition. Jennifer's mother believes that nearby construction workers were involved.
Jen had shared with quite a few people that the workers made her feel uneasy.
The problem, most of the workers didn't speak English, so investigators never interviewed them. And then they disappeared from the work site.
Was she trafficked? Was she trafficked?
Her family fears the worst.
They take women to rape them, to use them, abuse them, and then kill them if they don't want them anymore. That's why women get taken, period.
Alive or dead, her parents just want an answer.
If you give us this of her, that much of her, then we know. Then we deal with what we have to deal with. But until we get to that point, every single second of every single day, to us, is frantic.
While they desperately search for clues in their daughter's disappearance, they know they can't do it alone.
If that person is listening, that has to eat at you. Yeah. It just, I mean, it's human nature. It's got to. And you know what? Someday, someone's going to come forward.
We pray they do. Earlier this morning, Al, Tori, and I spoke with an expert reporter who spent 13 years covering this case. Take a look. Well, we are joined now by reporter Bo Zimmer from our sister station, WTSP, in Tampa, Florida. Bo, you have covered this case since it broke back in 2006. Now, a lot of us are praying, hoping, and of course, including the family, that there are some new leads. Are there any new leads?
Well, here we are, nearly 14 years later. The tips continue rolling in, but we are not much closer to finding Jennifer than we were that first week when they discovered her car. There, as I said, tips that continue to roll in, but simply we do not have a suspect in this case. And Jennifer, we have no idea where she is. She simply disappeared.
Wow.
Ugh. There are a lot of theories in this case, but the parents believe the construction workers were involved. In your 13 years of covering this, which makes you an expert, what do you think happened?
You know, Jennifer was a beautiful young lady in the prime of her life. Her father puts it this way, you know, women are taken for one reason. They're taken to be raped, they're taken to be used, and when they're done being used, they kill them. That's the way he puts it. He's obviously upset speaking and talking about that, but that's what he believes. They know that there are cases where women are out there where they've been held captive for many, many years. They are praying that may be the case and that Jennifer is that next miracle, but they have accepted that this could go either way. But they just need an answer.
Of course. Now, speaking of Jennifer's parents, they recently sued Orlando police to release all 14,000 pages of the investigation. I want to know why they sued and why do they want to go independently on this?
It's not that they don't want the Orlando Police Department to investigate. They just felt after all of these years had gone by, the Orlando police detectives were not putting the effort needed into solving this case.
And Bo, as a parent, believe me, I don't blame these parents, and I really do pray that justice comes in some way, shape, or form. Now, the story was featured on Tegna's True Crime Chronicles podcast this week. It continues to draw people in. So in your opinion, since you've been covering this since 2006, why do you think that people are so fascinated with Jennifer's story? There's a lot of cold cases out there. Why this one?
This one just has so much mystery. The video, the surveillance video that exists in this case, where you see this shadowy figure walking along the fence line, and the video takes an image every 3 frames or so. And as that person walks along, their face is blocked by the fence post in every single shot. We never see that person's face. It is just such a mystery. Jennifer vanished without a trace. People have been hoping and praying for her family all of these years, and they want an answer as well.
Well, I hope we get an answer. I really do. We thank you, Bo. If you want to read more on this case, DBL Nation, go to WTSP.com. And to listen to the podcast, search True Crime Chronicles on Spotify, Apple, or Google streaming services. Thank you, Bo. We will be right back.